Hey guys, how you doing? This is Brother Bill, and I just got off work about 30 minutes ago. It's a slight drizzle out here today. We've had rain for the last 4 days, today making the 4th day, and the garden has absolutely blew up, so I'm going to do a quick garden update and show you where we are and let you take a look at that, and also had a surprise this morning I'm going to show you as well. Alright, well, let me get you flipped around here. Okay, here we are. We're at the cucumbers. As you can see right here, the rain has really caused this garden to blow up. Here on this corner, that's crimson clover. I'm just letting it go wild. I'll feed that to the chickens. I'm just letting it go. I'm not cutting it down yet. But anyway, you can see our sunflowers coming up right there, and on every row, I've got them down every row. Next, we got the corn, the green beans. I think it was, I'll have to go back and look at that video on the corn height, but it's more than doubled in the last week, so we're looking good. We've got peppers. The banana peppers are filling up, as you can see, on every plant except 3, I think is what I counted. Yesterday, I had to come out here before work and go ahead and get these tomatoes tied back up again. As you can see down through the rows, and I've done some sucker pulling the sucker leaves off of there. And here again we have our what was that, rattlesnake pole beans right here. Yeah, that's what that is. And then we've got our greasy beans on the fence. Next to that, we've got our white half runners and another row of tomatoes. Again, you can see down through there where I've pulled the sucker leaves in the middle of the rows, right down through there. That's what all that green is. Over here I've got corn, and down through there you can start seeing some weeds popping up. That's going to happen. So as soon as it dries up a little bit, I'll have to get out here. And we've got our white McCaslins coming up, and they're starting to climb now. And here's this row that we're keeping an eye on. That's the one that's got the 150 corn plants, and we're going to monitor that and see how much we actually get out of that. What's really strange is these were planted the same time, but this one here seems to have really taken off a little bit more. I don't know if I put more fertilizer there or what the deal is, but anyway, they're growing. And then we've got our 2 rows of okra. I did have to go back through and thin that out and get that taken care of. And then, as you can see, here's something new. I got a roll of black plastic film from work. It'd been at work for a long time. I can't even remember what we used to use it for, but they let me have it. It's a 100-foot roll, and I went ahead and put that down where our cucumbers and cantaloupe are, and let that run out, because it's really hard to get in there and get those weeds once they start taking off. So we've got that going, and we've got this other row of corn. And but that's where we are. Let me pull you back, let you take a look. So that's where we are on the big in-ground garden. Let me get you back to the very back. I'm going to put you on pause, and I'll meet you at the very back of the garden. Alright. Alright guys, I'm at the back of the garden. Let me get you turned around here. And this is that small patch. That's my alarm, outdoor alarm. See that? It's a motion detector, solar powered. But anyway, we've got that small row of Indian corn or decorative corn, whatever you want to call it. And as you can see, our watermelons are starting to take off. And we've got that other row of corn there, that decorative corn. I'm going to get you down here real close and see if you can see. That's Timothy grass. I sowed a row of Timothy grass right here. I tried it last year, but the weeds got way ahead on that. So I'm going to try to get a small row of Timothy grass and just see if I can grow it. And if I can, then I'm going to do something hopefully next year, and that will help feed the rabbits. But anyway, let's get you over here to the side of the garden, and we'll go down these raised beds and see how they look. Alright guys, I'm on the back side left corner of this big in-ground garden before we get to the raised beds. I did want to show you here I've got a small row of cucumbers going, but this year I'm doing something a little different here on this fence. I've had trouble growing here in this area. I don't know why, but I've done something different. When I started my shifts this week 4 days ago, I come out here and made up a potting mixture in these pots, and I put cucumbers in the pots, and they came up in 3 days. I couldn't believe it. But these are actually 4 full days old. That's it. Like I said, the temperature was perfect. It was 70, and we've had rain every day, and they have come up awesome. So I'm pretty excited about this and see what we can do there. But let me get over here, and I want to show you that surprise too before we get to that raised bed. Hopefully it's still there, and or they're still there. But this is what I found under the pole barn. See if they're here. Well, there's one of them. There's 4 of them. There's another one. This is just an old boat out here. We've got 2 white kittens with blue eyes, and then we've got these 2 black ones. They look to be, they're probably about 4 to 5 weeks old right now. Seen them out here. I had some old sausage. I went ahead and fried it up, and some eggs, and they've been out here eating and getting them some water. I got to call and have somebody come pick them up. But anyway, we had a white feral cat that was hanging out, and it showed up yesterday sick. It looked like it had the parvo or something, but I couldn't keep it here, so we know what happens with that. So I had to get rid of her. So she's had these kittens, and now that she's not here, they've popped out. So there you go. And then we've had this. I set this trap because I have a groundhog. I see it out here twice a day. In the mornings at 9 is when it comes out, and then in the afternoon about 3 o'clock. Haven't had a real good chance to try to get a hold of that thing, so I set this trap out here with cantaloupe. I didn't catch it. Look at that old possum. Look, the door's open. Do you know there's a comfort in captivity? Okay, and we got this raised bed. That's our onions, and they're coming along well. And here we go again, the next bed. These are 2 4-foot by 8. This is where the potatoes are that I put in the middle, and these are voluntary, either, I think it looks like zucchini plant there, and another one over here. Coming down through here, here's the corn. It's looking good, coming up well, and we've got cucumbers on the other side right there. Next up, another 4 foot by 8. We've got 8 tomato plants in here, tied them up yesterday, and we've got an onion border going around there, and I'll put a sunflower there. More tomato plants. The tomato plants are looking awesome this year, and we got some squash here, and 2 more tomato plants, and then that's the last of the spinach. I've been feeding that to the rabbits, and we've got 4 new babies. 4 new baby rabbits. Piper had hers 2 days ago, and they were fat, so I'm proud of her. She did real good with that. Here's our carrot bed. I'm telling you, the rabbits are getting fed like kings and queens. Radishes here, and more tomatoes. And here's our peas. I'm hoping to go ahead and get these picked. They are swelling up pretty good. Get these picked in the next day or 2 before I get back to work, and go ahead and get those put in the freezer. Typically I get about 7 to 9 quarts out of this. This is a 4x4, and I'm only running it 3/4. I got a fence, or a, I don't know what you call it, some type of fence here on the left and back in the side, other side. So that's about 7 to 9 quarts typically. You can see, I mean, they're loaded, and so that'll be good. Pretty excited about that. And then again over here, I passed up. These are, this is a volunteer in the pots, and this is the pots that we have our asparagus in. All right, get you flipped around here. You can see our peach trees coming on, and up here at the top, our fig trees really throwing out right now. There's our rhubarb. Rhubarb actually needs to be cut. I'm gonna see if my neighbor will make a rhubarb pie. That looks really good. Those leaves are beautiful. And again, the rabbits love this stuff. And we've got some squash squash, 3 of those, actually 4 of those, and I think we may have one up top too. I was hoping I'd plant some of that, oh gosh, I can't even remember the name of it, but it's good for rabbits. I can't even remember the name of it, right in here in this area, but it still hasn't come up yet. I can't remember the name of that stuff. But anyway, it hasn't come up yet. I'll go back on my notes and figure out what the name of that stuff is. All right, let's go to Gracie's beds. Okay, we're at that 4 foot by 8 foot broccoli bed. I got most of it picked yesterday, and as you can see, we've got small tomatoes. They haven't been able to grow because they've been smothered by the broccoli, but they'll be able to take off now. And I've got to get the rest of this pulled out of here. As you can see, when you get real close, see the coloration? That's not good. But I'll get that fed to the chickens. I did get the best of the broccoli out there and got that put in the freezer. Here's some tomato plants they're putting on real good right now. I think this is the Rutgers, and they cluster. So that's why that is. Let's see another bed. They're doing well. And here's the other seedlings that I haven't still yet put in the ground. And here are the sunray. So they've more than doubled, probably tripled in size. So it won't be long before I get them in the ground. And I'm actually going to, when I get this bed over here, that's where I'm going to put them. Right there, most of those. And then I started some more seeds right here. Different things, some squash, zucchini, some cantaloupe. And I can see, look at this. I want y'all to look at that. You know what that is? Chipmunk. That's right, chipmunk. They like going in here and grabbing these seeds out of here. Watermelon, pumpkin, and like I said, cantaloupe. So I need to move this. Because that's unacceptable. So let me get that back in there. That'll come back up. We'll put that in there like that, and that'll be fine. All right, so we'll do it that way. All right, next up we still got some of our broccoli, and again, this stuff bolted before the rain hit, and that's why you see this. But I still got a couple I'm kind of waiting on, and I want you to look at the bug damage. This year I haven't seen them before, but clusters of black looking little beetle type bugs. Don't know what that is, haven't seen that, but that's what's doing this to these leaves. I see them out here all the time. And here's our cabbage bed. It's not going to produce very well, but I'm still going to use it. I'm probably not even going to get one cabbage head out of it because of the bug damage. Look at that. So this was a complete loss as far as, there we go. What is that? Let's see. Something right there. But anyway, that's a complete loss on the cabbage. But as far as I go, I won't be able to eat any of that, but it's going to be some great rabbit food and chicken food. 4 tomato plants. While I got you here, look at these. Here's our New Zealands. They are growing out and they are ready to be processed. And I'm probably going to be doing that next week sometime, maybe on Monday. But anyway, they're at a good weight. Here's our mint bed we're walking up to. Or actually, it's peppermint is what that is. And we've got some of this. Now, I had planted buckeye in here. See that? To draw in the bees 2 years ago. And we've got some volunteers coming up. So that's kind of cool. And there's Gracie's zinnias. They're coming up, and we've got our blueberries next to that, and they are loading up. And then her other flower bed over here. I got noticed this morning, I stepped down into here, you can see my footprint, but this thing is bowing out. I'm going to have to get this front part replaced. Look at that Bermuda grass, it's crazy. So I got to do a lot of weeding. And here's our tomato plants in her bed. We do got some tomatoes putting out down here. See if I can see some. Yeah, right down. Let's see. Yeah, right there. So they're on the lower end. They're doing well. And then we've got the other bed with tomatoes. But I want you to look at this bed. I don't know what the difference is between this one and the others, but I want you to see how green and full this is. What's in here on the border are radishes and onions. And I want you to see how the onions are being kept small. And that's okay. That was the idea. I wanted to keep this from getting too big, because once I harvest the radishes, then the onions will be able to take off later. Because I got plenty of onions. I don't need them all coming in at one time. So that's really working out very well for companion planting. In the middle here, we do got some squash plants. They are doing well. They got blooms on them. Strawberry bed. Still haven't been able to really get any strawberries. The chipmunks are getting them before I can get to them. And then this is the other small onion bed. And this is just a 2x2. And that's those white, sweet Texas onions. I've got those same onions right here on this next bed. Over there is that volunteer pumpkin plant. And it's growing in the compost pile. More tomatoes. Here's a squash plant in front of the cow, so you can't see the cow now. And then cucumbers, and as you can see, these radishes, they're looking really good. So we got those, and this is full of cucumbers as well. And our marigolds in the cow's doing good. Get them headed off there. The ones that are dying, get rid of those. And all that kind of stuff. Over there is where I got a compost pile too. I start here and I turn it like this down the hill until I get to the end, and that's where that pumpkin plant decided to come up. Cucumbers here. I got my sunflowers there and there. All right, so we've had a lot of rain. Thankful for the rain. It's hard to get out here and work in it, but it's doing well. So until that next video, I hope everybody's well, and we'll see you on that next one. Y'all take care.